Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Shry for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports betting. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at WBSN Sports for the ultimate sports betting experience. Tune in to the podcast today and start winning big.
Tune in today via WBSNSports.com.
Just like a
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift, a full meal means full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. Learn more about ending child hunger in America. Go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
the midfield strike.
The great fundamental issue now before our people can be making.
There it goes out there. Grand slam. He wants it all. He'll get it again.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here on the campus of Reinhardt University, inside of University Stadium in Waleska, Georgia, overlooking Ken White Field. The tension in the air. They know this won't be an easy test for either program. The Southeastern University Fire have made the journey to take on the Reinhardt University Eagles. Guts and glory of college football are back and on the air. We'll kick off in just a couple of moments. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. I'm Gabriel Schreiber, bringing you all of the action between these two great programs. Reinhardt University on the close sideline. They're home wearing their beautiful yellow jerseys. Love the navy and gold helmets. On the far side, it's the Fire wearing their white away unis, black helmets today. Fire are 0-1 on the season, lost 23-20 last week to Savannah State University. The Tigers battled them down to the wire. Impressive work from Southeastern. It'll be interesting to see if they can translate that success against an NCAA D2 program that's so legendary into success today in Waleska against number 10 Reinhardt University's Eagles. They're 1-0, a big win last week here on Thursday to kick off their season against Faulkner's Eagles, and they did everything right. It's a clash of NAIA powerhouses today. Both teams had great season openers. Eagles had an impressive win over Faulkner, a 36-3 final score. Stephen Craig and Taylor Jackson split game time and had almost identical numbers throwing the football. Craig passed for 95 yards. Jackson had 99. Both led an offensive charge that generated nearly 400 total yards of offense, clocking in at 398. Keep an eye on Jock Colbert, their standout tailback. He racked up 98 yards on 19 carries. On the defensive side, Markel Sutton led the team with 6 tackles and an interception. On the flip side, Southeastern suffered a heartbreaking 2020 loss to Savannah. They came back from a 16-0 deficit, but the Fire's efforts were undermined by 4 critical turnovers. Their quarterback, Nate Hayden, threw for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. That grit is what they're bringing this afternoon. They're looking to bounce back and prove their mettle. Some key points. The turnover battle is going to be a big deal today. Southeastern had a difficult time protecting the ball last week with those 4 turnovers. If they want a chance of winning today, they had better do a better job of protecting it. Reinhardt dominated time of possession against Faulkner, holding the ball for 34 minutes, and special teams could be splashy. Gage Stevens had a 76-yard punt return touchdown last week. Reinhardt battling in the trenches, 204 yards rushing last week. They'll look to duplicate that success in their home stadium again today. And it's time for kickoff. Hot afternoon for college football, but not too terrible. Kickoff is away. Eagles man back deep to receive, fields this on the 10, across the 15, makes the cut at the 20 and tackled down. Shy of the 40-yard line, a beautiful return of about 30 yards to open play for the Eagles. And so let's meet the offense of Reinhardt University. Led onto the field today. I'm not sure who will start at quarterback, but I'm thinking it'll be Taylor Jackson, the junior, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. Up front, it's Zach Lyle, Marquez Washington, Cole Adge, Micah Moten, Sam Stout. Tight end is Jake Wallace. Receivers are Clark, Friedberg, Stevens, Morris. The tailbacks are Jock Colbert. Quan Moss had 2 touchdowns last week. 1st and 10 now for Reinhardt. Bringing that receiver back inside, the fake. He wants to throw. Long ball, close side, caught, wide open. He's gone. Touchdown, Reinhardt University on the first play of the game. The sophomore, Jakari Clark, he had 6 receptions, 112 yards last season. He has 1 reception for 60 yards and a touchdown this season. Unbelievable. Taylor Jackson with a great delivery, the junior quarterback. His first start for Reinhardt last week. Wasn't bad, but struggled a bit. And this week, he looks like he might have cleaned up some of those concerns in practice. Right away, the long ball for the score, 6-0 in Waleska. Now for the point after try. The snap and hold are good. Kick is booted up away, and this one is through. Extra point is good. It's 7-0 here in Waleska on the first play of the game. A long ball for the score by the offensive Reinhardt. We'll have to meet the Southeast Fire defense next time around. Kickoff coming in just a moment. Reinhardt's Eagles will send this back to the Fire of Southeastern University. Last season, Reinhardt's offense, one of the best in the nation. 18 passing touchdowns, 30 rushing touchdowns. Through the air, week 1, 14 for 26 passing, 194 yards. Today, 1 for 1 for 60. Southeast will receive the kickoff in the Fire. Trailing early. Last season, they allowed about 21 points per game. We'll get our first look at the Fire offense in just a moment. Southeastern 6-4 last season, averaged nearly 400 offensive yards per game.
Outside taking off for the Eagles.
They also scored nearly 30 points per game at 29.4.
Devontae Williams back deep to receive for Southeastern.
Here's the kickoff. Return man fielded on the 10, coming right up the middle, has a little bit of space, but not enough to make anything spectacular happen. Eagles are saying the football popped out. Reinhardt University saying they've got the football. The officials, no signal. Close side official trying to put Reinhardt off of the field. Number 10, Reinhardt University leading 7-0 after touchdown on the first play of the game. Eagles are not sending out their defense.
Yeah, the D on the hit for the Eagles. Bubble on the play.
And head coach of the Eagles, James Miller, just wants to talk to the official right here, get some confirmation, and he's happy. James Miller in his 5th year as Reinhardt's head coach, record of 54-12 after last week. He's led the Eagles to NAIA National Championships, 5 conference titles, played at Virginia Tech, began his coaching career at Fort Lauderdale High School, had stints with Virginia Tech, UNC Pembroke, and Clark University, Atlanta. And so they're reviewing that previous play. Trying to determine whether or not that was a turnover. Eagles kick team is saying that football definitely came out and hit the turf. On the other side of the field, the bench boss for the Fire, head coach Adam Waugh, over 20 years of coaching experience, including stints at NCAA Division I FBS and FCS levels. He's had teams, championships, bowl games, strong defense, and notable players have come out and achieved career milestones under his guidance. I think Reinhardt University got the football back. They scored a touchdown on the first play of the game. It's 7-0. We've only played 28 seconds. Maybe not. The officials still gathered up. football, whoever ends up with it, will be between the 30 and 31 yard line near the close hash mark. Fire of Southeastern would work left to right on your screen. Eagles would drive right to left. Here comes the Whitecap. And so the call on the field is going to stand. Reinhardt sends on their defense. Let's meet the offense of Southeastern University's Fire. It starts with a quarterback, the signal caller, a redshirt senior, Nate Hayden. More on him in a bit. Trey Dickerson up front, Cooper Bell, Cody Rand, Devil Mosalis, and Dendrick Reynolds, all the offensive linemen. Labiad, the tight end. McLaughlin, Abram, Bowie, and Larry catching passes. Neos and Williams are the tailbacks out of the backfield. 1st and 10 now from just shy of the 31. Check down pass over the middle, caught easily here. Couple of yards, about 3 for the Fire.
Reception, the great Devontae Bowie.
Great catch by the graduate student. 26 receptions last season for 323 yards. Had 4 catches in week 1 against Savannah State. 35 yards. Had a carry for no gain as well. Devon Bowie comes across right there, gets a hold of the football and goes down safely. 4 out wide here on 2nd down. There's the give. Tailback going for a jaunt. Nice blocking on the left side, and that'll move the chains. A gain of a little more than 10 yards. 1st and 10 now for Southeastern at the 46-yard line. Play call coming in. Offensive coaching staff led by Mike Canales, the offensive coordinator. He's also the quarterback's coach supporting him. Kendall Roberts, the pass game coordinator. Jordan Heldreth, the offensive line coach. Kenny Strong, Chaz Austin, Roger Morgan, also offensive coaches for Southeastern University. Here's a check down pass, far side, caught, beautiful delivery. Great turn and run up the field. Desi Lester, the graduate student, gets a hold of the football. He's been a key piece for Southeastern, a transfer from Tennessee State University. Makes it 2nd down and short. A little more than the length of the football to gain. Football is over the midfield stripe on the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Fire's man looking both ways, the signal caller, Hayden. Here's the snap. Gives it off right up inside. Tailback, rumbling forward, a gain of about 6 yards. Good carry right there by Josiah Neos. Tackled down by Brown. Chains have moved. It's 1st and 10 for Southeastern University. Football is on the 39-yard line. 2 out wide on either side. Faking the give, wants to throw. Pressure is coming, delivered right over the middle, the check down pass, and that'll buy him some yardage. Great decision right there. That's what you get in a redshirt senior. Hayden, the veteran, looking downfield, scanning for open targets. No one's there. He knew he had the safety valve and delivers the football right to him for a short gain of about 7. 2nd and short for Southeastern University. Football now on the close hash mark. They're on the 33-yard line and driving. Had a great start driving the football offensively. A lot of success so far. 2nd and short, Southeastern. 3 receivers, 2 on the top. Fakes the give. Hayden, the keeper. What a cutback. A lot of room, and gets across the 30. Tackled down after a gain of about 5. That'll move the chains to the 28, maybe 27-yard line. 1st and 10, Southeastern.
Was that bound by Cameron Brooks for the Eagles to be 1st and 10, Southeastern.
Southeastern's offense last season totaling 3,559 yards. That's both passing the football and rushing with it. 17 of their 29 touchdowns scored came from inside of the red zone. They're knocking on the door. Nate Hayden looks left, running through his cadence. He's going to stop. Play call coming in from the sideline. Canales with the audible. Tailback switch sides. That's Daniel Parker, the senior, and now the whistle before the snap.
Southeastern.
Hudson Jones in at quarterback there, and so the timeout on the field. Let's meet the defensive coaching staff of Reinhardt University. Greg Blue, the defensive coordinator, Cliff Matthews, Larry Prather, both focusing on the defensive line. Prather also manages football operations, and Mike Peoples coaches the cornerbacks. And let's meet the defense itself. Up front, it's Aclazzo, Cannon, Shorter, Wanham. The linebackers are Brown, Hawkins, and Sutton. And the defensive backs, Peters, Neal, Whitlock, and Brooks. Neal and Whitlock are the guys you're going to look to defensively to make a splash for Reinhardt University. They were incredible last week. They've had fantastic careers for the Eagles, and they're going to continue that here today more than likely. Orlando Gandy Jr., very splashy last week at linebacker. Jr. had 25 tackles last season, some pass breakups, a fumble recovery in his career with Reinhardt, a sack, a pick, but very good last week. Here's the offense of Southeastern. Hudson Jones, the junior, back on the sideline. Quarterback is Hayden. They almost got me with that one. I almost didn't catch Hudson Jones come into the game. Hudson Jones is technically not on the two deep. And a problem here for Southeastern University. Hudson Jones is coming back onto the field. Referee talking to the linesman. 10:38 left in quarter one. Jones last season, 19 for 37, 163 yards, threw a touchdown and 5 picks. Also carried the football 5 times for 20 yards. They've got Dominic Larry in the backfield alongside him to carry the football here potentially. 4 out wide, 2 on either side. 7-0 Reinhardt University in Waleska. Southeastern was driving. A timeout a few moments ago and some confusion prior to a snap to Hudson Jones. Jones moves Larry, the junior, to the close side. Hudson Jones wants to throw, lofted over the middle, caught. Another great delivery. They love that route. It's a little slant. It works to perfection. Doesn't get easier than that. And again, it's Bowie, graduate student right there, gets a hold of the football, gets down quickly. Played his prep football at Hawthorne High School in Hawthorne, Florida. 2 catches already this afternoon as it starts to really heat up here in Waleska. The sun beating down. Beautiful setting for football, though. Love the evergreens surrounding University Stadium. 2nd down, medium yardage situation right outside of the red zone. Nate Hayden back in at quarterback from the shotgun. Wants to throw. Long delivery, close side. He got a hold of the football, but it's incomplete. Great play. Just can't quite hook up the tight end. Grayson Laviad, 6'3", 235-pound sophomore. Had a catch last week. Couldn't hang onto the ball right there. And so now it's 3rd and about 4 from just outside of the red zone on the 22-yard line. Southeastern University's fire trailing 7-0. Just 5 minutes and change gone in quarter number 1.
Coming up by Cameron Brooks for the Eagles. 3rd and 3, the 22-yard line. 3rd down.
3rd down. Hayden fakes the give, wants to throw. Pressure is coming. He's in a bit of danger. Throws it on the run. Caught inside the 5. 1st and goal for Southeastern University, and a big hit waiting for him on the end. Key Whitlock, the senior, delivers the crushing blow to Dominic Larry. Larry will take it, though, able to hang on to the football. That makes it 1st and goal. Southeastern wanting to tie up the football game. First and goal, power set. One receiver on the close side. That's McLaughlin. Now he'll motion back across. There's the give. Neos pushing his way towards the end zone, trying to twist his way in. It'll be 2nd and goal. Right down between the 1 and the 2. 8 minutes, 40 seconds in quarter 1. Southeastern University, a 70% success rate last season in the red zone. They converted on 17 of their 29 trips. Hayden lofts this, backside, falling, can't catch the football, and the flag right away. Flag thrown. Brighton Roberts there defensively. Freshman is from Gadsden, Alabama, played at Norcross High School.
Then the play was Brighton Peters for the Eagles.
Good play. Pass interference. Defense number 18.
And Peters is called for pass interference. It's of little consequence for Reinhardt. The Eagles really only are going to give up a fresh set of downs here. 1st and goal, threatening to score from just a couple of feet out. There's Neos, right side, trying to follow the right guard, and bowled over by the defensive unit of Reinhardt University. Rashad Wanham leading the way, the junior, followed closely by the surging defense, the linebackers. Wingfield right behind him making the tackle. Wanham, a junior, in on tackles last week, shared a tackle for loss. He'll do it again. 2nd and goal, Southeastern. Got that fresh set of downs. That's a long time to hold someone defensively for Reinhardt. Hayden in the shotgun. Complete change here on the motion. Neos is out wide left behind 3 receivers. 1 man on the close side, it's McLaughlin. Hayden's going to keep it, and the fake doesn't pay off. Tackled for a loss. Again, rolled over by the defensive unit of Reinhardt. 4 defenders in there. Wanham is in there. Moten is in there. Third and goal for the Fire of Southeastern.
Third and goal.
Nate Hayden, a transfer from Presbyterian College. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last season. Third and goal. Trips left. McLaughlin alone on the close side. Neos alongside Hayden, the quarterback. Quarterback takes the snap, wants to throw, pressure coming, lofted back, corner incomplete, and no flags. It's 4th and goal for Southeastern. Nate Hayden is a great transfer pickup for Southeastern University. The fans of the Fire are going to be very happy with him this season offensively. Transfer from Presbyterian. Last season at Presby, he had 1,289 passing yards, 7 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing scores. Kick unit onto the turf.
24, Joel McGrath.
It's the freshman, Joel McGrath. Here's the snap and hold. It's good. Kick is up away, and this one finds its way through the uprights. So here in Waleska, it's a 4-point game of football, 7-3. Reinhardt University's Eagles are leading in their home venue. Thank you for joining us for our telecast of NAIA football this afternoon. Great games so far, very competitive. Southeastern and Reinhardt sparring early. Of course, Reinhardt kind of skipped the part where they do all the work and threw the long ball for the score to open the game. It was a beautiful delivery if you missed it. Taylor Jackson found Jakari Clark. First play of the game, the sophomore took it to the house from 60 yards out. We'll get another look at the offense of Reinhardt University in just a moment. Taylor Jackson probably will come out, direct the offense again for the Eagles. Record-breaking quarterback in high school, threw for 1,981 yards, 23 touchdowns. He's a transfer from Division III Brevard. He was injured before the start of the season in 2020. Finally made his debut in their homecoming game where he threw for over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, but hurt again the next week. Didn't play again until he came here to Reinhardt University, and this is really his coming out party these last 2 weeks. Looked great in week 1 against Faulkner, and obviously looking really good with a 60-yard bomb. We'll see how much success he can have this afternoon. Southeastern University's Fire kicking this back to Reinhardt. Kick stays in the air for a long time, dropped and scooped up right on the 10. Return man, wow, shimmy, shake, across the 30. He's got some room at the 40 and steps out before he reaches the midfield stripe. What a return by Navari Solomon, the senior.
First and 10, Eagle.
We've already met the offense of Reinhardt University. Let's meet the defense of the Southeastern University Fire. It starts up front with George Phillip, Carlos Giordano, Chris Sharp, Dallas Anthony, Trevor Doris, Omarion Jones of the linebackers. The nickel is Aaron Walton. Defensive backs, Joseph Bonga, Scott, Ryan Cunningham, and Webb.
Quarterback for the Eagle, number 15, Taylor Johnson.
Taylor Jackson is back in under center at shotgun. 4 out wide, 1 man on the close side. Jackson takes the snap whistle right away. Delay of game on the offense. Took too long to get onto the field, take the snap. They'll lose 5 yards. Football will go from their own 47-yard line back to the 42. First and 15 for Reinhardt University's 41 left in the first quarter. Looks like the exact same formation. They'll move those 3 receivers, trips left. Jackson gives it off. Jock Holbert right up the gut, right side. A little bit of space, gets about 4 yards. It'll be second and 11. Davian Colbert last week, 19 carries, 98 yards, 2 catches, 15 yards. Named to the AAC 2023 Players to Watch list. He was a great high school running back, rushed for nearly 2,500 yards, picked up 670 yards receiving, scoring 23 touchdowns for Cedar Shoals, the Jaguars in Athens, Georgia. Here's the give on the end around. A lot of room and a lot of yardage. He crosses the midfield stripe. Makes third down very manageable for Reinhardt University. Third and medium for the Eagles of Reinhardt.
The third and 4. We're at the Fire 47-yard line.
High snap. Hooked in by the quarterback. Coming close side. Takes a shot to the helmet and he goes down. Big tackle by Clinton, the sophomore. Had 5 tackles. A couple for loss last week against Savannah State University. Quarterback just can't stick it up in there. And so now it's 4th down, and we'll see a punt from Reinhardt. Haven't seen a lot of this guy. It's Alex Hardy. Hardy kicks and punts for Reinhardt University. 4 for 4 on extra points last week. Really racked up the yardage punting as well, an average of 36 yards on 2. Here's the delivery, fielded at the 15, and a dangerous catch. Able to hang on to the football. McLaughlin gets down safely with 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in quarter 1. We'll see the offense of Southeastern University. Last season, Southeastern scored touchdowns on 17 of their 29 trips to the red zone. Scored on 70% of all of their trips to the red zone. They scored a field goal last time down. Made it a 4-point football game. First and 10, Southeastern Fire. Neos, the tailback. Hayden in the shotgun sends him into motion. He's going to keep the football between the right guard and center, and a nice little pickup on 1st and 10. He'll get about 4 yards. Great block up front. Devil and Reynolds, 2 seniors, able to create some space. And that's definitely worth noting in and of itself. This offensive line is all upperclassmen. 4 seniors, 1 graduate student, a ton of experience for Southeastern. Hayden wants to throw. Lots of time, pressure coming. Check down to Neo's close side. He escapes 1 defender, spins around a second, and tackled down by the lineman who was in the backfield at the start of that play. Bringing the heat for Ted Shorter, the senior tackle back there. He's the one who forced Hayden to check the football down, and he made the tackle. Had 4 tackles at TFL in week 1. Entering this season in his career with Reinhardt, he'd already accumulated 7 sacks, 16 tackles for loss, and 70 tackles. Here's a check down to McLaughlin, who's wide open. Sort of a post look for him. Goes 5-10 yards, breaks across the middle, and able to get wide open, beating out the defender. The senior receiver, definitely a name you'll hear a lot of this afternoon. 1st and 10, the football is right on the 45 of Southeastern. Coach shouting into Neos and Hayden in the backfield. Neos is deep, straight behind Hayden, who's in the shotgun. Fakes the give to him, and he's hit from behind. Incomplete pass. That's quarterback pressure. What a play by the dog, Markel Sutton. He was the AAC Player of the Week in Week 1 with 6 tackles, an interception for 29 yards, and breaking up passes all over the field against Faulkner.
2nd and 10.
He's had a very hot start to his season, and you can just add that to the list of his accomplishments for this year so far. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. 4 points of separation. Southeastern could take the lead with a touchdown. Fire in trouble. Long ball, far side, caught! What a play by Southeastern University! Hayden winds up and tosses the football deep, but there's a flag to the dismay of the Fire. Back on the 39-yard line, Desi Lester's catch is in question. Whitecap is waiting for all. And so that wipes away what would have been a massive shift to the chains. Football was on their own 45-yard line. It would have been over a 40-yard gain and made it 1st and goal as Desi Lester cooked the corner and beat out the safety. He'll lose the yardage and the catch. Southeastern will have to try again. It's 2nd and 20. Football on the 35-yard line.
2nd and 20.
Fire quarterback alone in the backfield. Wants to throw. Pressure coming quickly. And able to escape. Far side. Tossed towards the sideline, and it falls out of play. The center, Cody Rand, made the 2nd team for the Mid-South Conference as a freshman entering the program. Played his prep in Pasco High School, Dade City, Florida. Struggling with this defensive front. This is an experienced football player. He's had a great career blocking up front, creating time on the pass. And right there, he was struggling with those defensive linemen. Reinhardt's Eagles are just different defensively. Lots of power and speed from those big guys. Hayden has a lot of time on this play. Lofted left side, caught, big gain. Not enough to move the chains, and so this is a tough situation. A weird spot on the field for Southeastern. It's 4th and short. They need a little more than 2 yards. Looks like we'll see the punt unit of the Fire. Last season, Fire converted on 35% of their 3rd down attempts. Great delivery on the punt, sailing back deep, and it'll be a touchback
On the end zone.
for Reinhardt University as Gage Stevens lets this go. Gage Stevens is somebody I'm waiting for him to start cooking. He had a 76-yard punt return for a touchdown last week. Just an incredible play, a game-breaking play. It really kicked off the momentum for Reinhardt University. From then on out, they were hot.
1:48 remaining on the clock.
We'll get our third look at the offense of the Eagles of Reinhardt. They'll start this drive from their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Gage Stevens, the close receiver. Quarterback wants to throw, lofted close side, caught easily. Runs over one defender. Oh, he stayed in play, and now the flag. Wow, able to stay on his feet after taking the shot. Lewis Morris, the graduate student.
Lewis Morris.
We'll see what the call is. For the moment, it's a 14-yard gain by Reinhardt.
On the tackle. Tackle the play.
Got some help from David Friedberg with a block.
During play, personal foul, number 18 of the defense, participating after his helmet came off. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And so extra yardage to the Eagles of Reinhardt. Flag was thrown on Webb, the senior. He had a strong start to the season last week, a pass breakup, a couple of tackles against Savannah State. Great catch and run by Lewis Morris on the first play of the drive for Reinhardt. It ends up resulting in almost 30 yards, 29 yards from where they started. Three receivers as options for the quarterback, Taylor Jackson. He's going to fake the... No, he did give it off. Excuse me. Jock Colbert close side, trying to knife his way up in there, tackled down after a gain of about 3. And so I'm wondering if they're saving him or if they saw something they liked from their offense that's leading Reinhardt to throw the football more. Dive into the stats on that in just a moment. It's 2nd and long. They need about 7 yards. Jock Colbert, the deep back, quarterback, under center. Taylor gives it off. Oh, he's got a lot of room right between the defense and tackled down just shy of the 30 on the 32-yard line. That'll move the chains. About a 15-yard gain for Colbert, who had a big week 1. Great blocking on the left side by the sophomore and the senior. Mr. President's List, Washington, the left guard. A local guy, played at Lafayette High School for the Ramblers. Very successful academically here at Reinhardt University. He and Zach Lyle shut down that edge. Lyle was a first-team all-region player in the state of Georgia, won 6A in high school. He's just a sophomore here at Reinhardt. Played at Houston County. They're able to shut down that edge and create all that space. And there's a flag on the play, so we'll see as they sort this out. Right guard comes off of the field, so I'm assuming the call's on him.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 52, the offense. He is disqualified.
And so they've ejected Reinhardt University's right guard. Senior out of Carrollton High, Micah Moten will head to the locker room and take a shower. And the officials are still talking here.
It should be first down. First and 10. Ball at the 48-yard line.
Bit of confusion in Waleska, Georgia. I don't think we've met the defensive coaching staff of Southeastern yet, so let's take just a second to do that. Headed up by defensive coordinator William Henry, assisted by Corby Orris, who coaches defensive backs. Defensive line coaches Trip Dodd. Kyle Jones coaching the linebackers, Brandon Collins and Cam Giebers helping out with additional support. Big delay here for the offense. 1st and 10. Football is on the 48-yard line of the Fire on the close hash mark. Reinhardt will be allowed to get back to work. Taylor Close side, laser delivered carefully. Big gain. 6 yards. Lewis Morris with another catch. He was on the All-Conference first team last season. He made the AAC 2023 Players to Watch list entering this year. Had a couple of catches and a rushing play last week against Faulkner. This time there's 3 receivers on the top end. 25 seconds left in quarter 1. Here's the give to Colbert. Colbert, lots of room on the edge and steps out just shy of the 35, running down someone on the sideline. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10. Reinhardt to the 34-yard line. 12 seconds in the quarter. Play calls in. Taylor Jackson. And Jackson lets the quarter go. So after 1 quarter of 4-point game, 7-4, Reinhardt University's Eagles leading and driving. What a game we've had so far. On the chart, Ben Hollers is the second right guard. I don't think that's who's in for Micah Moten. Great job pass blocking and rush blocking today by Reinhardt's Eagles. Offensive line. I mentioned it during the pregame. It would be a battle of the offensive lines, but I really think it's all the big men up front today. Who's going to have a better day blocking, run blocking, creating space? That's probably who will end up winning this football game. Southeastern has all upperclassmen on the line. 4 seniors, 1 graduate student. The left tackle, a grad student from Riverdale High School in Fort Myers. This is his 23rd start at the collegiate level. We got to get that guy in Social Security if he plays any longer. It's Trey Dickerson, the left tackle. The other offensive linemen for Southeastern are all seniors. Cooper Bell, Cody Rand, Masalis, Dendrick Reynolds. Reinhardt's offensive line, Zach Lyle, a sophomore. 2 seniors, Cole Edge, the center, a sophomore. The right tackle, Sam Stout, is a junior. 1st and 10. Couple of receivers right near the line of scrimmage on the close side, and he wants to throw. Long bomb, tipped and nearly intercepted. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Quarter number 2 just started. 4 points separate Southeastern's Fire and Reinhardt's Eagles. Thank you for tuning in for our telecast of NAIA football this afternoon in Waleska, Georgia. It's hot at University Stadium. We play on through the summer sun. Taylor looks close side. Jackson gives it off to Colbert. Colbert follows the left guard and tackled down after a gain of about 5. Jack Colbert only got to touch the football 10 times last season, scored a touchdown. All-conference watch list this year, and you can see why already. Jackson, close side, beautiful catch, trying to make the defender miss. And so he looks like he might be just shy of the line to gain. Far side official has him short. Close looks like that's enough. Football's right on the 25 of the close hash mark. I think it'll be 4th and short. They go with the far side official's spot and move the football back a couple of feet.
Ball's at the Fire 25-yard line. 4th and 1.
Eagles need just feet to move the chains. 4th and 1. Last season, 17 of 28 on 4th down conversions. That's 61%. 3 receivers for Jackson. Colbert is at his side, and a timeout. Taken down on the sideline. Probably a wise decision. Southeastern needs a little extra time to talk this over. We played 1 minute and 5 seconds in the second quarter. 7-3. Reinhardt leads. They're driving, grinding it out. This worked for them really well last week against Faulkner. They just frustrated the offense. They started to make mistakes, got loose with the football, turned it over a few times. That's that brand of football that Reinhardt plays. They're just so difficult to move the football against. Their offense is so consistent and slow. They tire out your defense. That's what they're trying to do here early on. And they're doing it through great play design. Offense back onto the field, ready to go. Taylor Jackson, the quarterback. Jock Colbert alongside him in the backfield. Stevens and Solomon at receiver. Stevens is on the close side alone. Solomon on the far side. Friedberg is over there as well. Friedberg had a great catch for a touchdown last week. Taylor Jackson gives it off. Jock Colbert pushing his way over the 25. He's got the line to gain. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10 Reinhardt. He made one defender miss in the backfield, then was dragged down. Chris Sharp makes the tackle.
Tackle number 54, Chris Sharp. To the fire.
Chris Sharp, a sophomore, 14 tackles last season, had a tackle for loss. Had a sack last year, caused offenses to lose over 10 yards. Last week, a tackle for loss for him as well. Taylor Jackson wants to throw. Here's a rainbow ball to the corner. It's incomplete.
Number 3, Lucas Morris.
Well, Taylor Jackson came out and looked like he was trying to play it safe last week against Faulkner. Now he's letting it fly. Throwing the ball long. Looked for Lewis Morris at the corner of the end zone and just overthrew him.
Will Hamilton for this fire. 2nd and 10.
Ethan Rice, the sophomore at quarterback. Jackson to the bench. Rice in the shotgun. Colbert in motion. Fakes the give on the end around. He's going to keep it. Running to the close side into the red zone. Runs over a defender and tripped up by him in the process. He's tackled down, but that's a great gain. And Reinhardt moves the chains. They're deep in the red zone on the 12-yard line of the fire.
Number 25 of Marion Jones for the fire.
Ethan Rice still in the shotgun.
At the fire.
Colbert close side. 2 on the back, the far side for him. Rice sends Colbert into motion again. This time he gives it off. Colbert down inside the 5. Looks like the football came out. Southeastern says they have it. That's a big come up for the defense of the Fire. A turnover deep in the red zone, preventing a great scoring chance from Reinhardt University. This defense last season forced 12 fumbles, recovered 8 of them, forcing and recovering the fumble down in the shadows of the goalpost. 1st and 10, Southeastern fire their offense onto the field.
First and 10 for the Fire at the 7-yard line.
Trailing by 4, it's 7-4. We played 2 minutes and change in this second quarter. 12:48 left to go in the first half. Southeastern, this is Nate Hayden, the redshirt senior in the shotgun. Gives it off, tailback, throwing stiff arms, pushing his way forward. Able to plow over one defender. Maybe got a yard or 2. Josiah Neos on the carry. 6'1", 227, the junior. Against Savannah State, had 14 carries for 39 yards, 5 catches for another 36 yards. He's a transfer from Santa Monica. Played his prep football at Community Collaborative in Hesperia, California.
Whitlock on defense.
Big change of personnel here defensively for Reinhardt. 2nd and 8. Play clock's at 20. 3 options at receiver. Hayden gives it off. Lots of room. Josiah coming close side, and the defense got to him quickly, but they didn't tackle him right away. He kind of drug them with him a little bit, able to turn that into a nice gain.
And also in the pool, Burkhead Shorter.
Vertez Shorter helped out on that tackle.
Ball's at the 16, first and 10, Southeastern.
Neos last season, 53 carries, 250 yards, 3 rushing scores for the Fire. Jackson wants to throw, takes a shot, and dropped down for a big loss. Right after moving the chains, they lose a ton of yardage as their quarterback is sacked. Second and very long for the offense of Southeastern. That's a big play defensively by Reinhardt University. Those are the types of things they're looking to do. And that's what makes them so successful defensively. Second down, about 18 needed. Jackson standing in the end zone, looking both ways. Pressure is coming. He's going to run with the football. Check close side, incomplete. Skiffs off of the turf.
Right on the play for the Eagles. Number 18, Brighton Peters. Third down and 18.
Third and long situation for Southeastern University. Al Davis once said, the key to winning football games defensively is in the first few plays, the quarterback must go down and he must go down hard. I think James Miller must have got a copy of that documentary because he believes in hitting the quarterback, and that's what Reinhardt's trying to do this afternoon. One man split out wide on either side, given off to the tailback. Got a lot of room to work with, carved out by the right side of that offensive line. He strings it all the way to the far sideline, and he'll get about 8 yards, 9 yards back. But it makes it a long yardage situation on fourth down, and Southeastern will be forced to punt the football away.
Daniel Parker, the running back. Stopped by Armando Gamby and Brian Peters.
Good carry by the senior Daniel Parker right there. Created a lot of yardage and keeps Southeastern from being pinned back way deep in the end zone on this punt. Good looking punt. Stevens going to signal for and make the fair catch at the 45 of Reinhardt University. Reinhardt University averaged 420 yards per game last season, 34 points per game. They scored 36 in week 1. Right now they lead by just 4 points with 10 minutes left to go in this first half at 7-3. Eagles with the football under center, pitched left side to Ja Colbert following that left tackle. Wow, sliding off of defenders. Grease to lightning will move the chains. 11 yards for Ja Colbert. What a carry. That's what you expect out of this guy. He's a sophomore on the AAC watch list for this season. So many yards in high school. He was just nuts at Cedar Shoals. Looks like he's going to be nuts here at Reinhardt University too. He's the deep back, and he'll take the give again. In trouble this time. Stood up and delivered a shot right at the line of scrimmage. Big tackle made by Jacoby Clinton. Clinton 5 tackles, tackle for loss last week, a couple of them. Last season had a few tackles for loss as well, 4 on the year, had a sack. And he's a transfer student. The sophomore transferred to Southeastern from Alabama A&M. Man in motion for Reinhardt is Tyson Jordan. Jackson again to Colbert. Colbert following the right tackle. Gets 2 yards, makes it 3rd and 8. Sam Stout did a good job of blocking, but just couldn't quite create the room needed. Got some help from Jake Wallace there. A good read defensively by Southeastern. Able to mop up what might have been a good gain otherwise. Quan Moss is checked in at running back. Moss, 8 carries, 48 yards, a long of 13, and 2 touchdowns last week against Faulkner. Up back, motions across. Jackson, a check down. Receiver shakes a defender, lots of room across the 4 to 35. Stumbled as he's hit and taken out of bounds, but a gain of 12 to move the chains. 1st and 10 Reinhardt to the 33-yard line of the Fire. Well, what a great catch and run. Cutting in right across the center of the field. Dumped down to Jordan Gant, freshman running back, and Gant let his wheels spin. 1st and 10, Jackson in trouble, pressure coming, somehow gets it away, caught, lots of room. Gant makes a defender miss, spinning and tackled down in the red zone, just shy of the 10. 1st 10, Reinhardt University. Big tackle by the senior Philip Hamilton. Had a couple clutch tackles last week against Savannah State as well. A tackle for loss for 16 yards. Senior played at Sebring High School. This one right up inside, a gain of almost 8 yards. It's 2nd and short, deep into the red zone for Reinhardt.
On the carry, number 27, Quan Moss. Pick up a 5 on the play to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 5.
Quan Moss, the back. Jackson.
Ian Jolly on the tackle for the Fire. 2nd and 5 from the 10.
Running out of the shotgun. 2 options at receiver. 2 blockers up front on the right side that are extra. Here's the give. Kind of takes a shot and flops to the turf. A nice gain. Getting 2, maybe 3 yards, makes it 3rd and short. Last time down here, Reinhardt fumbled the football when they were threatening to score. Much to the relief of the Southeastern defense, but now they've been on the field for what feels like 15 minutes straight, basically. They got a short break for their offense, but that drive didn't last that long. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left in this second quarter. 7-4 Eagles, 7-3 Eagles, leading by 4, threatening to score the football. Jackson gives it off on the end around, pushing his way up in there. And that should move the chains. It'll be 1st and goal on the 3-yard line of the Fire. Great play right there. Stop made by the senior James Hamilton. 29 tackles, 2 for a loss last season. Shared a sack, had some pass breakups. That guy does a lot. He's from Flint, Michigan, played at Lake Fenton High School, and transferred from Ferris State University, the Bulldogs. NCAA D2 national champions, and they've been very successful. Timeout taken by Southeastern University. And it's a 4-point football game here in Waleska, Georgia. NAIA football coming to you live. Thank you for tuning in for our telecast this afternoon. The sun's beating down these two teams, colliding in a great matchup. Number 10 Reinhardt University hosting Southeastern University. The Eagles, with a narrow margin, looking to extend it. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line of the Southeastern Fire. I'm Gabriel Schrei. We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to follow Reinhardt University's athletics programs on Twitter at RUEagles, RU_Eagles. Find them on Instagram at RUEagles, RU_Eagles. You can follow me at Schrei Guy, SCHRAYGUY. 7-3, under 6 to go. 5:52 left in quarter 2. Offense back out there on the 3-yard line. Receiver comes inside. Big power set. Given off. Quan Moss leading with a helmet and tailed down. I think he lost maybe a foot. They've got him on the 3 on the far side.
97 Carlos Giardino.
That's a big-time stop by the sophomore. Philip and Giardino making the tackle. Both sophomores. Giardino played in 3 games last season, didn't record any stats.
In formation, that distance to the goal, we play first down.
Flag on the defense. The Fire lose half the distance to the goal. It remains first and goal. There's the give. Quan Moss battling. Wow, wrapped up by a trio of defenders. They thought he had him initially. The first defender grabbed him, and the other two defenders didn't wrap him up. They realized he was going to push his way through, got a hold of him. Now it's second and goal, running the hurry up. Reinhardt right back to the line. Reinhardt University, second and goal. Here's the give, right side, barreling his way into the end zone with a touchdown. Quan Moss, his third down on the season, 13-3, Reinhardt University. Quan Moss so successful last week, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns on just 8 touches with the ball. They're working him into the game plan here early in week 2 against Southeastern. Now the 2-point conversion is intercepted, and returner is tackled down from behind by the receiver. Lewis Morris preventing that from becoming worse than it already was for Reinhardt. Great play by James Hamilton, the senior. Hamilton intercepts the 2-point conversion. 5 minutes left in the first half.
Lewis Morris on the tackle for the Eagles. Good score.
13-3, a 10-point advantage, a 10-point lead for Reinhardt University's Eagles. They drive it down the field, take their time punching it in, able to force one into the end zone on the legs of Quan Moss. Quan Moss certainly has a nose for it. Off to a great start at the collegiate level for Reinhardt University. Just his second week playing for the program. Southeastern University now going to come out trailing by 10 with just 5 minutes left until the halftime break. We'll see what they do with that time. If they try and run and gun, get down the field quickly and score, they're going to try and burn up this 5 minutes. Certainly a decision to be made by the coaching staff of the Fire. Eagles will kick the football back.
Henry Offset.
Ostad fields the kick inside the 5, across the 20, stopped up just shy of the 30-yard line. Ostad, a familiar name to fans of the Fire, played at quarterback last week, went 3 for 5, lost a yard throwing the football, also threw an interception. 2022, 8 for 18, 120 yards passing. He's a transfer from Delta State University. Nice little return there. It's 1st and 10, Southeastern.
I don't. I still
First and 10 from the 29.
Hayden wants to throw the football. Lots of time, and intercepted by Reinhardt's Eagles. Big play defensively. He's got a convoy and stopped deep in the red zone. 1st and 10. We'll see the offense of the Eagles again. It's Kendrick Hawkins, the graduate student. 5'11", 210. Big man gets the football and returns it. And that's a drastic change. That's something we talked about during the pregame, is Southeastern has to be careful. Turnovers will kill them. They had 4 in critical situations against Savannah State last week. That pick sets Reinhardt up to extend their 10-point lead with under 5 minutes left in quarter 2. Kendrick Hawkins had a sack last week against Faulkner, a bunch of tackles.
First and 10 for the Eagles from the 13-yard line.
Graduate student out of Marion County High School makes the big play. This is Rice on the quarterback keeper, right up inside, following the center. Still pushing. They're letting it push. Wow, he gets down to the 10.
Ethan Rice on the carry.
I think that's 5 yards for Ethan Rice. Great job by the offensive line, adjusting to being without their right guard. Didn't take them long. Xavier Walker, who on the depth chart is the backup left guard, is playing at right guard. Walker, a freshman, named the Georgia High School Football Daily All-State team as a senior in high school at Fitzgerald High. 4.5 left in the first half. Here's the give. Jock Colbert. Oh, what a reversal. Look at the room he's got. Gets the block from the quarterback. Touchdown, Reinhardt University. Colbert's first score of the season. That's nasty. Somebody get a mop. Disgusting cut. Beautiful score. Jock Colbert, stamp that on the highlight reel. Oh, baby, what a play. Colbert was trying to take it right side and follow Xavier Walker and Sam Stout, and the offensive line kind of caved in. The defensive front coming in. Gerardino, as the PAT is good here. Gerardino, Phillip, Sharp, Anthony closing in. Omarion Jones coming from behind and bringing too much heat. And so Jock Holt knew he couldn't go that way. Reverses Fields, takes it backside, and takes it to the house. That was a beautiful play. It's a touchdown for Reinhardt University. They extend their 10-point lead. It's 20-3 here in Waleska, Georgia, with 4:23 left in the first half. What a score by Colbert. Southeastern gets the football back. Another chance to work with it, another chance to make some magic happen. Moments ago, Nate Hayden turned it over, throwing a pick. Kendrick Hawkins took it deep into the red zone, set up the offense of Reinhardt University. They punched it in quickly. Jock Colbert, of course, helping out with that great highlight reel run. Kickoff is away. Fielded inside the 5. Ostad across the 15, the 20. Cuts back at the 30, across the 35. Now the 40, forced out of play. On the far sideline at the 42. Nice return. Looks like they might even move him up a little more than that. Between the 42 and the 43 at the moment. Ostad, the junior, 6'1", 199. Great return to open this drive for Southeastern, 1st and 10.
First and 10 for the Fire at the 42-yard line.
That was a great run.
The Fire offense led out by number 15, redshirt senior Nate Hayden. 3 options close side, 1 on the back for him. Tailback alongside him, that's who he'll go to. Right side, following the right tackle. Great run to start the drive. 7 yards. Sticking his nose up into the second level. He's dragged down right away, but he gets a nice gain. Daniel Parker, the senior, transfer from Catawba College. He'll get the football again as they tap his helmet a second time in a row. The officials have him at different spots on the close and far side, but both are enough to move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10. Fire running the hurry up. 3:40 left in quarter 2. 4 out wide, 2 on either side. And they'll get the flag, a free play, but the whistle sounds. They'll stop them. Could be on the offense as they stop play.
Offside. Defense on 56.
A little confusion here. Started to mark it off against the offense. The call will be against the defense. Flags fly all over, a flurry of laundry.
Flag on the play.
You brought candy.
Oh, yeah.
This time it's on the offense.
I don't know. I was thinking.
They called it a number 56 twice. There's no 56 on the field for Reinhardt. 3:30 left in the first half. 20-3, 17-point difference between these two teams. Fakes the give. Hayden wants to throw. Long delivery over the middle. Tipped and intercepted. Big time pick by Reinhardt's defense. Cameron Brooks on the return. Gets the football back to the 30-yard line. How about that play by Cam Brooks? Last season in on some pass breakups, played his prep football at Union Grove High School in McDonough. That's a nice little feather in the cap to start your 2023 campaign on defense for Brooks. Can't get any luckier than that either. That was a good-looking pass, just a little too high for Dominic Larry. He got a hand on it, but inadvertently tipped the ball. Cam Brooks comes down with it. It's 1st and 10 Reinhardt, who leads by 17. Jackson's in trouble. Grabbed and sacked. The sack, nice bit of redemption for the Southeastern Fire. Gerardino was in there along with Dallas Anthony. Dallas Anthony is going to have an absolutely menacing season off the edge for Southeastern. 6 foot, 190. Transfer from Valdosta State. Had a couple of tackles and 1 for loss last week against Savannah State. He was a first-team All-Region honoree in high school. Played his prep at McIntosh County for the Buccaneers. In high school, he had over 20 tackle loss, 10 sacks, all in one season. Jackson looking close side, incomplete. It's 3rd and 14 for Reinhardt. Gage Stevens checks in. Friedberg is on the close side. Jordan comes off of the field. Lewis Morris, the graduate, comes on. Solomon is the last receiver. He's on the far side. Looks like Jock Colbert, the tailback alongside Jackson. He's in the shotgun. The quarterback looking far side, calling Morris into motion. Wants to throw. Check down to Friedberg on the screen. Friedberg battling his way up in there. He gets about 7 yards, but he's stopped. Great play defensively by those linebackers. They wrap him up and drop him. Scott, really the one to make the tackle. He's a safety, the graduate. Had a bunch of tackles last week. 6 against Savannah State. Pass breakup. Last season, an impressive 2022. Over 40 tackles, 5 for a loss. He was ball hawk, had a few interceptions and a bunch of pass breakups. 1:49 left to go in the second quarter. Both teams taking a quick break on their respective sideline. Timeout taken by Reinhardt University. They've got 1 left. There's 99 seconds left in the second quarter. Southeastern is going to have a chance to run the 2-minute drill if Reinhardt punts this away. That would be a tough decision to try and go for that. It wouldn't be a wise decision in my opinion. I'm not an analyst though, I'm a play-by-play guy, so my opinion really doesn't matter that much. It's about 7 yards. They could go for it, and I've mentioned it already today. They've been really successful on 4th downs. Converted 61% of their attempts in 2022. That's 17 of 28. But with that long of a distance, I think you have to punt it. And they're probably talking strategy on how to not give them great field position here and what they're going to do defensively. How do you slow down Southeastern in the fire and keep them from putting anything together in that 2-minute drill? We'll see what the Fire have up their sleeve in just a moment. Alex Hardy, the punter, standing between the 18 and 19. Good snap. Punts away, skying close side. Brooks is there. Fair catch made at the 31-yard line. Shane McLaughlin, the senior, just grabs that.
So we couldn't get any. So we had
That kills 7 seconds, 92 to play with for the Fire. They trail by 17 in Waleska. Shane McLaughlin called for the fair catch there. Such an excellent standout receiver for Southeastern. 6 foot 205. Last season, 26 catches, 562 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's a transfer from Southern Oregon University. Had 5 catches for 32 yards and a touchdown in week 1. Former Frontier All-Conference player in 2021 for Southern Oregon. Here's the give. Josiah makes the man miss, strutting across the 40 and tackled down as he reaches all the way to the 47-yard line of the Fire. That'll move the chains, a 13-yard gain on 1st and 10 for Josiah Neos. The junior transfer from Santa Monica gets this drive started hot. Check down close side, it's Neos again. This time he'll just step out. Defended by Kendrick Hawkins. They're able to get just enough room to grab the football. He also stops the clock in the process. 1 minute, 14 seconds. Southeastern feeling the pressure. A score would make the conversation in the locker room a little easier as they huddle around the whiteboard. In trouble. Quarterback Harden on the move. Running with it far side. Check down pass batted away by the defensive back. It's the freshman right there, Brighton Peters. Peters from Gadsden, Alabama, out of Norcross High School. Neal off of the field. Tailback is Devonta Williams, senior. 12 carries, 32 yards, 2 catches, 16 yards. Last week against Savannah State, hasn't scored yet this season. There's the give to Williams. Oh, what a hole right up the middle and dragging the defensive back down to the 25. Game-breaking, game-saving tackle right there. Cam Brooks, the senior, keeps that from becoming more than it was. 60 seconds left to play with. Plenty of time for Southeastern. Great clock management. What an excellent job of running the 2-minute. 4 receivers faking the give to Williams. He wants to throw it. It's Nate Harden. Harden's in trouble. Nearly sacked. Escapes. Running far side. Orlando Gandy gets him. Gain of 5 yards. 40 seconds. And so Reinhardt isn't playing to stop the score here. They're playing to run the clock out. Southeastern obviously just trying to capitalize on this as much as they can as they'll spike the ball. 28 seconds. Clock is stopped.
Now he's got a chance to get it in.
Southeastern already has put together an unbelievable drive.
So he's going to have to make it a first down. Or kick.
36.
They've gone 48 yards.
They're going to go for...
in about 1 minute and 5 seconds.
This drive, first drive of the game.
Southeastern University. A power set. Motioning Bowie across. Wants to throw. Check down. Caught by Bowie. Right near the line to gain. He goes out at the 15. Down into the red zone. 22 seconds.
They keep Brighton Peters on the tackle for leader. Good for a first down.
Fresh set of downs. It's not of much consequence with only 22 seconds to play. Time for 3 long plays. Maybe 4 or 5 if they run them super quickly. Wants to throw? No, he pulls it down. It's a keeper, and he's got yardage, reaching for the end zone. Comes up just short on the 1. There's a flag back on the 18.
1 yard.
That's definitely in the zip code of holding on the offensive line. Here's the white cap. And so that wipes away an incredible gain that would have set up the Fire to score with 16 seconds left in quarter 2. Holding call on the senior left guard. First and very long. 16 seconds. They'll need to go 25 if they want to score.
First and 20 at the 25.
Two receivers on either side. Wants to throw. Hayden feeling the pressure, lofted backside, nearly intercepted. It falls harmlessly to the turf, just out of play. Under 10 seconds to play. 9.8 on the clock.
63 got to go out.
That receiver was number 81, Grayson.
Those things are over there.
You got to go out. You can't just put helmets on and be fine.
They are in the
Second and goal. With 9 seconds on the clock.
Time to run another pair of plays.
in the shade.
Oh, in the shade. Because it's moved.
Those are the pieces that I wanted.
Yeah, he wouldn't get it.
4 receivers. Wants to throw, check down far side, caught right along the sideline. He's out with 5 seconds. 4.8 on the clock.
First down to number 18, Brighton Peters with Eagles.
And so the Fire could chip through a field goal here pretty easily.
There's names on all of them.
From the 18-yard line.
Looks like that's exactly what they'll do.
Name on it.
With all the 10 by number 24, Joe McGrath.
It would be a 28-yard field goal, 29 maybe.
We stopped him again.
Joel McGrath on to take the kick. Snap and hold are good. McGrath sends this one up, away, and it's through. And so Southeastern gets a field goal late in the second half after a successful run of the 2-minute drill. 20-6 in Waleska. The officials are checking their stopwatches. We've got a half a second showing the clock. I'm guessing we'll get at least one play out of the Eagles. Reinhardt University leading by 14 with a fraction of a second left in half number 1. NAI football. Southeastern University at Reinhardt University. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Gabriel Schrei. We appreciate you being with us for all of the action. Beautiful day in Waleska, 83 degrees at kickoff.
That was both of that beat, you see. The yard number 24, Joe McGrath, number 5.
McGrath for the kickoff. Colbert, the return man, he's standing deep on the 10. Chipped far side. Time expires on the first half. Reinhardt will just go ahead and go to the half. They take a knee. Feeling no need to return that. 2 quarters are in the books. It's 20-6. Reinhardt University's Eagles are leading the Fire of Southeastern University. Reinhardt can do no wrong so far today. Unbelievable offensive performance, and their defense as always bending and not breaking and throttling opposing offenses. We'll take a break for the half and be back with more NAI football in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
You're tuned in to Live Sports. Live via the Southeast Sports Network. Find us on social media at SESN Sports. Stay tuned for the second half of action. Thank you for joining us for Live Sports here on the Southeast Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Thank you for joining us for today's broadcast on the Southeast Sports Network. This is a product of Shrine Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the direct written consent of Shrine Media. We encourage television and radio mediums to reach out. Enjoy the game.
You're tuned in to Live Sports. Live via the Southeast Sports Network. Find us on social media at SESN Sports. Stay tuned for the second half of action. Thank you for joining us for Live Sports here on the Southeast Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Here in Waleska, where the second half coming up just moments away. NAIA football, it's 20-6 in our game. Reinhardt's Eagles leading Southeastern's Fire by 14 points entering quarter three. Southeastern will start this second half with the football and some flashes of brilliance on the 2-minute drill before they took that break, went to the locker room, got some whiteboard time. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments both of these teams made. Last week against Faulkner, Reinhardt came out of the locker room swinging and ran it up quickly against Faulkner. Final on that was 36-3. Southeastern had some great adjustments late against Savannah State as well. They came back from a 16-0 deficit. They ended up losing in week one, but very respectable scoreline against the NCAA D2 side, Savannah State Tigers, 23-20. Here's our second half kick. Return man fields this inside the 5, across the 20, a little bit of room down to the 30. He's dragged down, and so 1st and 10. The Fire will start this drive right near their own 30-yard line. Thank you for being with us for our telecast of NAIA football this afternoon. 86 degrees in Waleska, Georgia. These two programs going at it. Number 10, Reinhardt University Eagles, one of the very top in the nation, playing host to Southeastern's Fire.
Quarterback, Hayden.
Hayden takes the snap, check down over the middle, a big hit. Able to hang on onto the football. Dominic Larry gets a hold of the football, goes down. He's rocked, but he gets the movement 6 yards.
Pick up of 7, second and 3.
Hit delivered by Kellen Neal right there. Neal's so efficient defensively. Here's the give off to Josiah. Far side, he'll move the chains. A gain of 6.
Josiah Neos, the 5.
Neos looked really sharp in the first half, the junior.
Good for a first down.
40 yards rushing last week, another 40 receiving. First and 10 from the 42. Give right side, tailback spinning and twisting his way up in there for a gain of 4. Second and medium for Southeastern. What you usually do as a coaching staff is you script your first 10, sometimes 15, 20 plays offensively coming into a game and coming out of the locker room. So far that script looking really good for Southeastern. Trips left is the look. Quarterback wants to throw right side. It's batted down. Danger there. Cameron Brooks, the senior, jumped the route, swatted the football down. Didn't have time to react and catch the football, but narrowly a pick. And dangerous territory for one for Southeastern.
Eagle fans, make some noise.
Third and medium, they need a little more than 5. The fire from their own 45. Hayden running close side. He's in trouble and taken down by Orlando Gandy again. Gandy Jr., the junior, 5'9", 200 pounds. He's been all over the field these first 2 weeks. Entered this season with a sack, a handful of tackles for loss in 21 games. He's had an interception for Reinhardt, a few pass breakups. In week 1 and 2, he's looking great for the Eagles defensively. Fire will be forced to punt the football back to Reinhardt. Big high bounce. Fluttering down inside the 10. Great field position for Southeastern by the punter. Good looking punt. Joel McGrath delivered that perfectly. Just the right amount of touch on it. Reinhardt downs that. They'll take over first and 10 from their own 10-yard line. 2 minutes, 15 seconds off the clock in quarter 3. Jock Colbert, the tailback, from under center. There's the give. Far side. Gets about 3 yards. Second down, 7 to gain. Clock starts to roll. Tackle made defensively by the big man, Chris Sharp, the sophomore. Sharp was huge in week 1 against the Tigers. A couple of tackles for loss, had a sack. He's been great for so long. Played for Gene Ribbolt, the Trojans in Jacksonville, Florida. In high school, had 40 tackles, 9 sacks as a senior, over a dozen tackles for loss. Here's the interception by Southeastern University, and it's a pick 6. That will change the momentum for Reinhardt University. Now just an 8-point game. It's 20-12. Jacoby Clinton, the sophomore, read that perfectly. Just kind of drifting across the field. Got in front of the football. And the quarterback, who looked so natural in the first half, forces the pass. He's picked off. And the defensive touchdown for the Fire. That's a big-time pick 6. Really changes the way that Reinhardt has to approach this game. Here's the PAT. Snap and hold are good. And so it's 20-13. Just a touchdown separating these two football teams in Waleska, Georgia. Southeastern going to kick the football back to Reinhardt. Moments ago, the pick six delivered by their quarterback. That hurts. It'll be interesting to see who comes out offensively, if they send Jackson back out or if it's Craig or even Ethan Rice. Three minutes off the clock in quarter number 3. 7-point game. One returner back deep alone. We've seen him for the first time today. He's had the football a few times. Number 24, freshman running back Jordan Gant, 5'8", 170. Standing back inside the 5.
Jordan Gant back to receive for the Eagles.
McGrath kicks this. Fielded midway through the end zone. He'll go ahead and take a knee. No need for the risk. Touchback, and Reinhardt's offense fired up to get back out there. A pick six just moments ago. We'll see how this offense bounces back. Junior quarterback Taylor Jackson leading the offense back onto the turf.
25 for the Eagles. The quarterback. Taylor Jackson, first attempt.
Two on either side. There's the give. Receiver with a spin move. Stays on his feet. He'll get about 3 yards. Maybe 4. 2nd and 7. Great carry right there. Gave the football off to Lewis Morris, the graduate. He's been so fantastic at receiver. You can see he can run with a football as well, making a little magic happen, turning nothing into something. He's in motion, and the up back here. Oh, the snap over the head of Jackson. He's in danger, diving for the football. Southeastern has it again. Back-to-back turnovers created by Jacoby Clinton, the linebacker, and the sophomore is single-handedly changing the shape of today's game. Reinhardt University's defense onto the field. This time they'll have a chance to prevent the score. Last time it was a pick six for Clinton. Clinton certainly in contention for Mid-South Player of the Week after that. That was unbelievable. Great effort by Taylor Jackson trying to get back and get on top of the football after it was snapped over his head. Just couldn't beat out Clinton. The transfer from Alabama A&M. Southeastern University loving him up on the sideline right now. 11:18 left in quarter 3. One touchdown separates these two universities. Man in motion. Jackson fakes the give. Checked out pass. Big hit. Football falls to turf. Well, good looking pass, and that was the right option there. Desi Lester was coming across, had a lot of space to work with initially, but Brooks read that perfectly. Saw him motioning across, saw where he would be open, stayed back, didn't press him at the line, and right when that football came out of the hand of Hayden, came up, delivered the blow, football falls to the ground harmlessly. 2nd and goal for Southeastern. Long ball, back corner, swatted away. Cam Brooks playing shutdown defense. They're trying to pick on him, and he's not having it. Just trying to let Desi Lester create something there. The graduate student, 6'1", 180 pounds. Last season he had 30 catches, 351 yards, and a touchdown. He's a transfer from East Tennessee State. Clearly a favorite target of Nate Hayden. He was covered by Brooks on that second attempt, and he went to him anyhow, hoping he could create the play. Hayden in the shotgun, sends a man into motion. Wants to throw, rolling far side. He's in danger, throws it low, and it's incomplete. Reinhardt's defense standing the test here. In an end goal situation, it's now 4th and goal.
18, Brighton Peters.
Play made by the freshman who will come off for a break, Brighton Peters.
They're going to tap out number 24, Joe McGrath.
Now for the field goal, snap and hold are good. That's 3 points. Just like that, what a dramatic change. 2 turnovers created by just 1 player, too. Jacoby Clinton has put the Fire in striking position just like that. We're just 4 minutes exactly, actually, into quarter 3, 11 minutes left in this third quarter. And it's 20-16, 4 points separating the Fire and the Eagles. Back-to-back struggling drives for the offensive Reinhardt. A pick 6 thrown by quarterback Taylor Jackson. In the center, too much juice on the snap, went right over his head. He had no chance of grabbing the football. Tried to get back and fall on it, but Jacoby Clinton, just too aware, knew what was going on. Got on top of the football, created a second turnover on back-to-back drives. Great play by the sophomore.
Is now number 24, Southeastern, Joe McGrath.
This guy's 2 for 2 today on field goals. Here's the kickoff. McGrath. That'll be a flag as it sails out of play.
It went out of bounds.
And a little better starting field position this time for Reinhardt University. Getting some final words of encouragement from head coach James Miller before they take to the field. Eagles offense nursing a 4-point lead, diminished from 14. There's 3 receivers on the top of your screen. It's trips left, 1 man isolated, close side. Quarterback keeper, what a play. Check down far side. They left that receiver alone. He gets 10 yards. A little confidence builder for the Eagles quarterback and that whole offense. They'll move the chains to start the drive on a gain of 11. Football down over the 45 to the 46 to the Eagles. 1st and 10. Running the hurry up. Jackson wants to throw. Pressure coming. Nearly intercepted. Wow, just out of the reach of the defensive back, Aaron Walton. The sophomore can't get a hold of the football. A shot delivered to Jordan. He drops it. Aaron Walton's down, slow to rise.
Timeout for the receivers, number 8. Lars Houghton.
The hit delivered by the senior Joseph Bonga. He had a couple of tackles last week. Out of Alonzo High School in Tampa, Florida. He forces the incompletion. Aaron Walton just about pulled off the pick. It would have been a 3rd turnover in a row created for Southeastern's Fire. Reinhardt going to take advantage of this break, and they're gathering up out on their 35, 40-yard line here to talk over the situation. Walton's got quite the resume. He played prep at Atlantic Port Orange and Daytona Beach. Had 5 tackles, a forced fumble last week against Savannah State. In high school, he gained 284 yards on offense, scored 8 touchdowns playing for the Sharks. And interestingly enough, on the personal side, his cousins, Mark Walton and Michael Jackson, played at the University of Miami for the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. Following that dangerous incompletion, it's 2nd and 10. Tyler Hennis sends Jackson back onto the field. He's in the shotgun. Colbert alongside him. Football on the far side hash mark from the 46. 4 points separating the Eagles and the Fire. Reinhardt with the lead, 10:34 in third quarter action. Check down pass, close side. Big hit. Football is loose. Incomplete pass. Tyson Jordan, the junior, had a catch for 15 yards last week, a transfer from Iowa Western Community College. Can't hang on to that football, 3rd and 10.
Okay. It'll be 3rd and 10. From the 46. Put down.
Jackson again from the shotgun. They need 10 yards to move the chains. He's going to let one go long. Down the far sideline, caught. Just in play. Using his height, using his athleticism, Solomon, the senior, gets a hold of the football. What a play. Last week, 3 catches, 30 yards. That's his long of the season already. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the bar, 22.
And Jackson's in trouble. Wanted to throw it away. He makes the decision and hangs on to the football. He'll take the sack. A big loss, but Reinhardt hangs on to the ball. 2nd and long, about 19.
Also 7 on the play, the second.
Morris got back there, got hands on him. He couldn't escape. 2nd and maybe 18. Football on the 29.
I used to take salt pills.
2 receivers on the close side. Colbert's the tailback. He's going to motion one man inside. Wants to throw. Pressure's coming. He's climbing the ladder. In danger inside. A flag down, and he's hit hard on the side. Another big play by James Hamilton, the senior. The transfer from Ferris State University, native of Flint, Michigan, making the play. Should be 3rd and very long, but we'll see what the flag is. Here's the official.
Good play. Hold offense from the 74. That penalty is declined. Results of the play.
And so the Fire declined the penalty. Instead of taking the yardage and replaying the down, they'll just make it 3rd and very long. About 21, 22. Football is on the 32-yard line of Southeastern University. Reinhardt Eagles. Morris, the close receiver. Clark on the far side. Colbert, the tailback. Jackson lets one go through the hands of Lewis Morris. It's incomplete. 4th and very long. 8 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Come on! Too hot. Hey!
Special teams unit onto the field. Alex Hardy, the senior kicker. He'll punt. Football will be snapped from the 32. He's standing back on the 46. Snap's good. Punts away. Reinhardt trying to put this down inside the 5 and taking a friendly bounce for the Fire. That's where it'll be, right on the 5-yard line. Pin back deep, Southeastern. The Fire a chance to take the lead on this next drive.
10 for the Southeastern Fire. Ball be placed at the 6-yard line, 1st and 10.
Says balls on the 5. That was great.
Hey, let's go!
1st and 10, Southeastern. Josiah, the running back. Nate Hayden in the shotgun and the flag. Delay of game.
Keep your head up, 3-5.
Southeastern able to squeak in the timeout. I didn't see him call for it. just in the nick of time, preventing the penalty. They're taking a break, trailing by just 4 points in Waleska. NAIA football. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Enjoying all the action, and I hope you are as well. Fourth quarter getting started in Valley, Alabama. Point University leading Thomas 17-14. 5 minutes left in quarter three, where Baker leads Clark out of Iowa 42-0. 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Kaiser leading Lindsey Wilson 21-6. Bethel up 56-0 over St. Andrews. Grandview leading Missouri Baptist 24-7. 3 minutes left in the first half. Southeastern fire from their own 5. Hayden gives it off. Neos following the right tackle, punching it up in there for a gain of more than 7 yards. Great blocking. Tight end up in front of him, clearing space. Helped out by Dendrick Reynolds. Massalis clearing a lot of room. 2 seniors. Reynolds only played in 2 games last season. Seminole County High School. Native to Dawsonville, Georgia. He's really the key factor in blocking for that run. 8 yards. Second and short. Neos again. And this time takes a shot up high, but he moves the chains. A gain of about 5 yards. 1st and 10, Southeastern.
Josiah Nielsen trying to go for a first down. Malachi Milton on the tackle. First down, Southeastern at the 20-yard mark.
Change at running back. Devontae Williams, the senior, alongside Hayden. He'll take the football, going far side. Slips past 2 defenders. The third one gets him, but not before he picks up 6 yards. A nice little carry. Going for a jaunt, slipping his way down past the 25.
Pick up 8 on the play, 2nd and 2.
Football's down to the 27-yard line of Southeastern. Hayden's got Williams at his side. Wants to throw on this 2nd and short. Here's the long ball close side. Deflected away. Great play defensively by Reinhardt's Eagles. And that was a good look. That's a look you have to take. Just couldn't quite hook up. Kean McGee, the dog, the junior, there defensively, a transfer from Kentucky Wesleyan University, had 42 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and a sack there. Native to Monroe, Georgia, played at Loganville Christian.
Rode up by Kean McGee. 3rd and 2.
That was a good look to Leroy Lopez, the junior. Just unable to get a hold of the football, and a flag before the snap on 3rd and short.
One play. Ball start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. They're down.
Big man moves before the play. 6'3", 260-pound freshman Sebastian Flamenco. He's a transfer from Stonehill. So it goes from being 3rd and 2 to 3rd and long.
It'll be 3rd and 2. Maybe 3rd and 7. 22-yard mark.
Williams, the tailback. Hayden wants to throw. Far side, delivered, caught. Right on the sideline. 4th and about 3. Not much of a decision to be made for Southeastern. The Fire are going to punt the football here.
Matthew Parker. Books on the side. 4th and 2. Back deep number 12 with Gage Stevens.
Good snap. Punter delivers this good-looking punt, and Gage Stevens. This one had so much hang time. Signals to the fair catch. Able to get under the football and grab it up. Reinhardt's Eagles will start this drive at their own 29-yard line on the far hash mark. Their offense has struggled in this second half. Leading by 4, 20-16, 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
From the 29-yard line, 6:24 remaining in the third quarter.
Junior Taylor Jackson in the shotgun. Quan Moss with him in the backfield. Jackson hands it off. Quan Moss follows the left tackle. Tackled down right away. Definitely had some space to work with. A gain of 3.5, 4 yards. Tackle made by the big man. He's going to be so crucial this season. Dallas Anthony, transfer from Valdosta State. Chipped in a few tackles against the Tigers of Savannah last week. Making an impact this afternoon in Waleska. 4 options at receiver. Sam Stott is calling out to the running back and quarterback, the right tackle, saying, watch out, Jacoby Clinton is coming. Clinton hangs back. Here's the delivery to David Friedberg over the middle, and it's swatted away. Friedberg nearly with a big catch. Would have been 25 yards to Janes. Aaron Walton breaks up the pass.
Number 6, David Friedberg.
David Friedberg, such a threat, scored a 35-yard receiving touchdown last week against Faulkner. He's also a threat with a javelin. He's a 2-time national champion. I think 67 meters. I have to check that. Don't take that to the bank. 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Here's a delivery over the middle. Caught. That'll move the chains. Big catch and run. 15 yards for Reinhardt University. Down to their own 44-yard line. Running the hurry up.
Reception, Colin Fletcher. That is page relocation first down.
5'11" freshman with a catch, Colin Fletcher. And again, over the middle, this time a gain of 3. In trouble, gang tackled by a swarm of defenders. Good catch by Jordan, the junior. Had a catch last week. He's a transfer from Iowa Western. 24 catches, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns at IWCC. That freshman Fletcher is on the close side on 2nd and about 7.
Just shot it.
3 seconds and 7.
I had to turn it back on.
4 options at receiver, and now the false start. Eagles will lose that 5 yards they just gained.
That was right.
Fourth play. False start. Offense number 51.
Nearly worked, trying to draw
Second down.
Thomas Ibrahim off sides. The senior did jump, but both the right guard and right tackle jumped. Freshman Walker, and I think Stout might have been fooled by him. Oh, they get that 5 yards right back as every official on the field tosses their flag.
Yep, offside jump now.
A little eager, and you can see the pressure. They're showing their hand a little bit with that. I mean, they want to get back there and make things difficult for Jackson, make it scary for him.
2nd and 7, from the 47.
That was that extra defensive back who was in the backfield on that play. This time a give on the end around to David Friedberg. He's going to move the chains as he reaches down beyond the 45 to the 44. 1st and 10 Reinhardt Eagles. 4 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in quarter 3. Reinhardt leading 20-16. A tight ball game in Waleska, Georgia. This is the first time we've seen Colin Fletcher. He's still in, staying in for the whole drive. Had his first catch for the Eagles just a few moments ago. 14-yard reception. 2 receivers on either side. Jock Holbert is the running back, standing alongside Jackson. Man in motion. It's the end around again. This time Jordan. Jordan sticks it up in there. He'll get a gain of maybe 2. Makes 2nd down a bit easier.
Didn't make it around.
Jordan in the game plan big time for the last few plays.
Tackle number 2, Aaron Walton. Big of a 1 yard, second and
They
9.
ended up moving him back from that original spot. Gave him 2 yards, moved him back just a yard.
3.
Reinhardt needs 9 yards to move the chains and the offensive line jumping. And that's Jacoby Clinton, who scared the lineman into jumping. He approached the line, acted like he was coming right at him. This time it's the senior they get to jump. Left guard, number 79. I gotta say, if I was trying to block Jacoby Clinton, I might be jumping too. This guy has been a nightmare to deal with today. The Fire have got a great defender on their roster. Just a sophomore, and he's created havoc for Reinhardt. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Different look here offensively. Taylor doesn't like something. Taylor's calling out Clinton right there, pointing right at him. Block him. He's bringing pressure. Taylor's in trouble. The whistle. And again, on the offense, it looks like. Having some problems with this offensive line.
Before the play. Both start. Offense. The entire line move. 5-yard penalty. Second.
I didn't know the referee was a comedian. It's a pretty good joke. I can't let him say that and not make a joke about him making a joke. So a long yardage situation.
I mean, they're only 4 points away. We need to get that.
4 receivers for Jackson. Jock Colbert is with him in the backfield. Reinhardt needs almost 20 yards to move the chains. The football is on their own 47. Jackson, check down close side. It's the freshman Fletcher. He's forced out. He gets a lot of yardage back. Going from their own 47 to the 42-yard line of the Fire. 3rd and short, Reinhardt.
Great Presley on the stop.
Timeout on the field. Don't go anywhere. More action in just a second. We'll keep it right here. NAIA football. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. In North Georgia, Reinhardt University playing host to Southeastern University. And it looked like Reinhardt and the Eagles were going to come out of the half and kind of put this in the bag with an opening third quarter put-away drive. They were leading by 14. And right away, Jacoby Clinton, a pick 6. And moments later, a snap over the head of the quarterback. He was able to fall on the football again, creates 2 turnovers and 2 scores. That made it a 4-point game, and that's where the score has been since then. Reinhardt driving for the first time in this second half. We'll see if they can finish it off.
3rd and 3.
Third down, short yardage situation. 3 targets at receiver. Quarterback will keep it. Jackson plowing forward. He's going to move the chains. 1st and 10, Reinhardt on a 5-yard gain. Taylor Jackson has a cool story. Southeastern fans definitely don't know this. I'm sure that most Reinhardt fans aren't aware of this yet. Jackson, a transfer from Division III Brevard. He's been battling a nagging knee injury his entire collegiate career. Set records in high school, throwing for almost 2,000 yards as a senior and 23 touchdowns. He made his debut on Brevard's homecoming in 2020 and got hurt the next week out early in the game and hasn't played since until these last 2 games. This is Jock Colbert coming close side. Gets about 7. He's so special. Jock Colbert, a sophomore, AAC preseason watch list. You can see why.
Goes to 7 on the play.
Very similar formation here. Again, Colbert following the right tackle. He's plowed over. Up the middle. Coming in like a pickup truck, number 90, Dallas Anthony. 6 foot, 200, showing off his size.
Yeah, we got to gain everybody. Ball's at the Fire 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Third and medium, Jackson calling out to his offensive line. Fire showing heavy pressure. Here they come, bringing a slew of defenders. He's running, check down far side, he's got the tail back, and that looks like enough to move the chains. 1st and 10, Reinhardt University right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Great catch and run by Samarcus Burney, the sophomore. Samarcus saw that happening, saw the pressure coming, ran like a wheel, kind of an option out to the left. He was wide open. Nice little safety valve for the quarterback. 1st and 10, 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And again, jumping up front.
Before play, false start, offense, number 76.
And again, the offensive line of Reinhardt jumps.
Please set the game clock to 28 seconds through 8.
Little correction on the game clock. It was showing 24 in the stadium. The officials have 28. So it'll be 1st and 15 for Reinhardt. The football goes from the 20 back to the 25 of Southeastern. Reinhardt leads by 4 in the late stages of this third quarter. RU Eagles. Jackson glances close side at his potential targets. Wants to throw. Pressure is coming. A hand on him from behind, and he's dragged down by a pair of defenders. Couldn't escape. The pocket collapses around him. Tons of pressure defensively. Southeastern fire. Chris Sharp gets to him. Trevor Doris in on that. There was no escape for Jackson. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. We're headed to the final 15 minutes of play in Waleska between Reinhardt University and Southeastern University, the Fire. Southeastern back in this football game at the half. A 14-point game. They're right back in it. 2 turnovers to open quarter 3, both created by sophomore linebacker Jacoby Clinton. With a pick 6. Then he recovered a fumble. Set up Southeastern to score, and they certainly have capitalized on that opportunity. "11 minutes left in Valley, Alabama. Point University leading Thomas 20-17. 11 minutes left in Baldwin City, Kansas. Bake 45-0 over Clark. Kaiser leads Lindsey Wilson at the half, 21-6. Bethel leading at the half, 56-0 against St. Andrews. Grandview up over Missouri Baptist, 31-7 at the half. Third quarter getting started in Illinois on Ward Field between Concordia of Michigan and Olivet Nazarene, and that's tied up at 14. Morningside leading Hastings 7-0 in the first. Dakota Wesleyan and Doane scoreless in the first. Concordia, Nebraska, Jamestown, they're tied at 7 late in the first quarter. And in our game, 20-16, just 4 points separating these two universities. Reinhardt driving, grinding out on this drive. Nursing that 4-point lead. They would love to bolster it and cap this off with a touchdown. Eagles on the 32. It's third and very long. They need 22 yards to move the chains. That would be first and goal. Jackson lofts this right side, tipped out of bounds. Looking for Jordan. Defensive back made a great read. That was Aaron Walton who roved down to the far side near the sideline. Saw where he was going with that football. Jordan was open, but Walton got between him and the pass, got his hand in there, batted it down. And so it's 4th and 22. On the 32, here comes number 91, the senior Alex Hardy.
Alex Hardy back to punt.
He'll punt the football, standing on the 47-yard line.
For Southeastern.
Great punt. Fire of Southeastern are pinned 97 yards from the end zone in the shadows of their own goalpost.
Alex Hardy.
That offense has had flashes of brilliance this afternoon as the sun is high in the sky, the heat turning up here in Waleska. They'll need to have one of their best drives of the day to take the lead. It would be their longest drive of the day. Here's the give, left side, tailback, runs down a defender. He's tackled right away.
Ball carrier number 33, Josiah Neos.
Josiah gets 5 yards. Tackle made by Markel Sutton, that fifth defensive back, linebacker hybrid. Junior is standing up. He was the player of the week for the conference last week because of his performance. This time, right up the gut, stuffed by a trio of defenders. It's Sutton again. That's why he was the player of the week last week, is plays like that. He has amazing vision, big hitting power, the athleticism, it all comes together. Just brilliant playing football defensively. You don't see defenders that are that. They just have eyes for the ball, and he's got it. 1 minute gone in quarter four. 4 points separating these teams. Southeastern trails, they've got the ball. Here's the give. Far side, Williams, lots of room. He's going to move the chains and more as he steps out down on the 27-yard line. First 10 after a big gain for Southeastern. Fire hurrying back to the line of scrimmage.
First down. At the 26.
Southeastern, 230 total yards of offense on the afternoon. 114 yards rushing. Long ball, close side, incomplete. Just about had Keon McGee beat. Bowie cut to the close sideline. And if he had looked more quickly for the football, I think he could have caught that. He had enough space on McGee. He had created enough space for himself. Keon did a good job of shadowing him, making sure there was urgency in the way he ran that route. 2nd and 10. Williams still in as the running back. He's to the left side of the quarterback. Wants to throw, laser left side, caught. That'll move the chains and more across the 40, 45, and sliding at the 50. Big gain, Desi Lester, the graduate. Played his prep at Dooley County High School in Vienna, Georgia. That's a big-time play, right on the midfield stripe. We played 2 minutes of quarter four.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Southeastern trailing, but they're driving with the football. Nate Hayden through his cadence. There's the give. Williams bursting his way up inside. Great blocking again by the left side of that line. Left guard, Cooper Bell, Cody Rand creating some space. He takes full advantage, 8 yards rushing on that play.
Also, Kendrick Hawkins. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Don't wait until it's too late.
That was Williams' 5th carry of the afternoon. He's up over 60 yards now, 62 yards rushing.
You hold this up like this.
Referees want to have a chat before we continue on.
At this time, all fans must clear the stands.
We've got lightning in the area.
All fans,
sunny, blue, clear skies.
Bleachers at this time for your safety. Thank you.
But we have lightning.
What?
We have to go.
And so we'll take a short break for that lightning. College football and NAIA broadcast coming to you live from Waleska, Georgia. 4 points separating Reinhardt University and Southeastern, 20-16. The Fire of Southeastern driving stop just beyond the midfield stripe. They'll resume momentarily following this lightning delay. What they do next at the end of this drive will be crucial in deciding the outcome of today's game. Number 10, Reinhardt University hosting Southeastern's Fire in NAIA football action. 12:24 left in the game. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Be sure to follow us for updates. You can connect to the university's athletics department on Twitter and Instagram at RU Eagles. Statistically today, great days for both programs offensively. Reinhardt far more efficient on third down, 70% conversion rate, 7 of 10. Southeastern, 6 of 12, 50%. Both teams have run 55 plays, 57 for Southeastern, 54 for Reinhardt. Total yardage is neck and neck, 282 offensively for the Fire, 286 for Reinhardt. But really, the only reason that Southeastern is in this game is because of Jacoby Clinton. Reinhardt scored first a 62-yard touchdown pass. Taylor Jackson found Jakari Clark, who was wide open on the close side of the field, right along the sideline. He took it to the house. Southeastern answered just minutes later, 6:51 mark of that first quarter, with a field goal. Joel McGrath booted through from 22 yards out. That made it a 4-point game, 7-3 Reinhardt. It remained that for a little more than a quarter. At the 5-minute mark of quarter two, Reinhardt scored. Quan Moss punched it in from a couple yards out. Made it 13-3. They failed a 2-point conversion. Reinhardt padded that lead. Less than a minute later, 50 seconds later, Jock Colbert punched one in from 10 yards out. That made it 20-3. And then 1 second left in the first half. Southeastern booted through a 35-yard field goal. Joel McGrath scoring that. Second half opened with Jacoby Clinton, a 19-yard pick six. Joel McGrath got the PAT. That made it 20-13, just a 7-point game. And then Clinton jumped on a fumble that went over the head of Taylor Jackson, the quarterback. He scrambled, tried to fall on the football and keep possession, couldn't get to it. They booted through a field goal from 26 yards out and made it a 4-point game, and that's where we stand now as Southeastern's Fire are driving. Don't go anywhere. College football, we'll be back with more action. Kaiser leading 30-26. 1 minute left in that game. Montana Western leading. 5:19 to go in the half, 21-14. Olivet Nazarene leading 28-24, 30 seconds left to go. Here's your look around at NAIA football scores. And in our game, again, a 3-point lead for the Fire of Southeastern University over number 10 Reinhardt. Kick returner from inside the 5, takes a shot and stays on his feet for just a moment. Tackled down right near the 20-yard line. They'll start on the far side of the field. Drive from right to left. Here comes the offense of Reinhardt University. They've had significant delay. And so the question remains whether that'll be an advantage to the Fire of Southeastern, or if they'll be kind of tight, 10 not ready, and the offense will play loose, move quickly.
At the 20-yard line, at quarterback, number 17, Stephen Craig, first and 10.
Three option receiver for Stephen Craig. He gives it off. Jock Colbert, far side, finding a hole. Lots of room for him as he drags two defenders with him to move the chains. A gain of 12 on 1st and 10 for Reinhardt. Clock is rolling.
J.K. Shealy on the stop.
Good carry by Jock Colbert.
Page relocation, first down for the Eagles.
Colbert's been hot today. 98 yards in week 1. Rushing score today, earlier in the game. Just a beautiful play.
38.
Two receivers on either side. Stephen Craig. 1st and 10. Craig wants to throw. Close side. Lewis Morris.
Receiver number 9.
Looking for Jordan. Incomplete. Just short of his hands. Morris checks in for Jordan.
Second and 10. From the 33-yard line.
Bunched up here on 2nd and long. Craig from under center gives it off. Jock Colbert following the right guard. He's got a hole. Pinballs off of the safety, dragging 3 defenders, and they're able to stop him at the 45. But it'll move the chains. Another nice gain for Jock Colbert.
That's another Page relocation, first down.
Colbert playing big time. He'll come off the field.
Leads down on the stop. Also J.K. Shealy.
In his place in the backfield, Samarcus Burney. Stephen Craig in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Football on the 45-yard line of Reinhardt. They're driving. 6 minutes left to play. They trail by 3. Craig in the shotgun. He's in trouble. Throws the football. A check down to Lewis Morris. He'll get 5. Down across the midfield stripe to the 49 of Southeastern U. Close official has him at the 49. Far has him on the midfield stripe.
Long Jones on the stop. Flag on the play.
Flag on the backside of that play on the far end of the field.
Offense number 76.
Holding is the call on the right tackle.
Moves the ball back to the 35.
And so they'll replay first down. Now it's 1st and very long. Football on the 35. Reinhardt needs to reach the opposing 45 rather. There's the give. Samarcus running over Aaron Walton.
On the back, number 44, Samarcus Burney.
Burney is finished off by a guy who's made a lot of highlight plays today, Jacoby Clinton. Clinton really the number 1 factor in the lead, currently held by Southeastern. He had a pick 6 right out of the gate for halftime, and then a snap over the head of starting quarterback Taylor Jackson recovered by him. He ran down Jackson from behind. Jackson couldn't beat him to the football. He rolled over him, nabbed it up, put the offense in great position to score. 5 minutes left in the game. This pass is batted down. Incomplete. 3rd and about 14 yards needed.
Coming up at number 3, Jacoby Clinton. About 3.
Officials chasing down Xavier Walker, the offensive lineman. Having a word with him. 3rd and long. 14 yards needed to move the chains for Reinhardt's Eagles. Trailing by 3, 5 minutes to play. Stephen Craig from the shotgun. Bernie in front of him. Long ball close side, incomplete. Looking for Gage Stevens. Overshoots him. Pass falls incomplete. It's 4th and 14. The Eagles are sending on their punt team. 4 minutes, 51 seconds in the game. James Miller and Reinhardt will bank on their defense.
Back deep to receive with 7, Shane McLaughlin. In the punt for the Eagles, number 91, Alex Hardy. 4th down.
Fourth and 14. Here's the punter. Sent away by Alex Hardy. Fielded on the 20. Return man. McLaughlin coming close side. Trying to stretch this out. Stopped at the 21. And gang tackled by 4 players on that punt unit. 4.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10 for Southeastern at the 22-yard line.
From their own 22. Running back alongside Nate Hayden is Devontae Williams. He's got 4 options at receiver, and he'll throw the football. Here's a rainbow to the far side, looking for the one-handed grab. Bowie blows a tire and goes down. 4.5 left. 2nd and 10.
Keenan McGee on the betting on the play. 2nd and 10.
Crowd's a lot more sparse than when we kicked off. Folks have left because of the weather delays. Here's Hayden. Given left side. Devonta Williams, a lot of room across the 40. He's dragged down after a gain of 18 yards. 1st and 10, Southeastern Fire. Fire down to the 41-yard line.
Devontae Williams on the carry for a 1st down to the 40-yard line. Ron Whitlock on the tackle.
Southeastern. It's Williams again. Following the left tackle, he's tripped up near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Keon McGee. Williams, a senior transfer from Kentucky Christian. In high school, picked up 1,300 yards on 200 carries, 15 rushing touchdowns.
Good for about 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 from the 43.
Southeastern doing exactly what they want to do. They're trying to salt away this game. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left to kill. It's 2nd and 8. They lead 23-20 in Waleska. 1 second left on the play clock. Here's the snap. Given off far side. Football is loose. Diving for it.
On the carry, 21. Devontae
Looks like the Fire were able to hang on to the football. No.
Ron Whitlock on the stop.
Out of bounds, they're saying.
35-yard line.
And so it's going to be 3rd and very long, under 3 minutes to play now. 2:56 on the clock.
3rd and 17.
At first they said Fire had gotten the ball back. Then they said Reinhardt fell on it, then out of play. 3rd down, 17 yards needed to keep this drive alive for Southeastern. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to play. Southeastern leads by 3. Quarterback in the shotgun. There's the give. Left side. Looking like he's going to go down for a loss. Swarmed in the backfield and stopped. 4th and long. 2:25 in the game. Reinhardt has all 3 timeouts.
Tackled by Herb Alakase.
Daniel Parker on the carry. Didn't get any help on that left side. Followed Bell and Dickerson over there.
Also a yard.
Tight end trying to help set up the edge.
4th and 17 back at the
Nothing doing
34.
for them. 24 seconds on the play clock. 2:03 on the game clock.
Gage Stevens.
4th and 17, football on the 34. Southeastern Fire going to punt this back to Reinhardt University.
Gabe Rockhouse for Southeastern.
Got it off just in time. Football takes a Reinhardt friendly bounce out of play. Eagles offense, time to play a little backyard football where you get to pretend you're the hero as a kid. This is their chance to be heroes. 96 seconds left in the game. They trail by 3. Here's the offense of Reinhardt. Looks like Ethan Rice is in at quarterback. Jock Colbert to his left. Quan Moss to the right. Colbert takes the give. It's a reverse. Flipped back to Rice. Rice wants to throw the football. Long ball, tripled to coverage, and intercepted by Southeastern. Chucked it up for Clark. Picked off by the senior Philip Hamilton. Hamilton from Sebring, Florida, gets the interception. 1 minute 25 left to play. With 3 timeouts, Reinhardt could burn all 3 timeouts and get the football back. They'd have about 40 seconds with the ball. They'd have to force a 3 and out. And it will cost them all 3 of their timeouts. McLaughlin, the close receiver, keep an eye on him. Transfer from Youngstown State. Played for Lake Mary High's Rams in high school. Here's the give. Gain of a yard, maybe 2 for Southeastern. That's the game plan for them at this point.
Tackle number 7, Jalen Cannon on the side for the Eagles.
And so right away, the timeout taken.
That's it, first of the half.
Reinhardt University. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the game.
Like you might all say at the end of the game, no one's allowed on the field. At the end of the game, nobody's allowed off the field.
Time very short for Reinhardt University. They'll have to burn both timeouts, force a 3 and out to get the football back. Southeastern is very aware of that. If they can just pick up 1 first down, it'll make it nearly impossible for Reinhardt to get the ball and get another chance with it. Reinhardt, at best, just looking at maybe 35, 40 seconds of the ball following what'll probably be a punt. And that's only if they can force a 3 and out and effectively use all 3 of their timeouts right here. Here's the offense of Southeastern University's Fire. Bunch set, showing run. 2nd and 8, there's the give. Big tailback, left side. He's got a lot of yardage. And that'll move the chains on forward progress down to the 36-yard line for the Fire.
First down.
Big run, big gain. Neos moves the chains. 1st and 10. They've moved the football forward a bit to the 37 of Southeastern University.
The 1st and 10.
Reinhardt takes their 2nd timeout.
From the 37-yard line.
Here in Waleska, Georgia, battling our way through lightning and delays. 73 seconds on the clock in a 3-point football game. Southeastern just moved the chains so they can salt this away with a couple more runs. Reinhardt has one timeout left. Victory formation, a quick knee.
Number 15, Hayden.
Timeout.
James Miller takes the final timeout of Reinhardt University. Second, a little longer than 10, maybe 11. 70 seconds to play. No timeouts for the Eagles of Reinhardt. Two knees will end the game for Southeastern. They'll walk away with a 3-point win, 23-20 over number 10 Reinhardt University. Victory formation again on 2nd and 12. Southeastern quickly takes the knee.
Now by the quarterback, number 15, Nate Hayden, Southeastern. Make it 30 and 14. Back at the 32-yard line.
3rd and long. 21 seconds on the play clock, 47 on the game clock. Southeastern, one knee will end the game. There you have it. Southeastern Fire have upset number 10 Reinhardt University. A victory in Waleska, Georgia for SEU. Big time win. Final score is 23-20. The Fire are celebrating, dumping the Gatorade on Coach. Taking a look at the scoring today, it all started back in the first quarter. Right off the back, Jakari Clark on the first play of the game, a 62-yard touchdown catch thrown by Taylor Jackson. Southeastern responded with a field goal at the 6:51 mark of the first quarter. Joel McGrath booted it through from 22 yards out. Reinhardt responded again just a minute and a half later at the 5:12 mark of quarter one. Quan Moss took it in from 1 yard out, his 3rd touchdown of the season. They failed the 2-point conversion. Then at the 4:23 mark, so this is a full quarter later of quarter two, Reinhardt scored again. Jock Holbert, 10 yards out, took it to the house. It made it 20-3, Reinhardt University. Then, with 1 second left in the first half, Joel McGrath booted it through from 35 yards out and made it 20-6, a 14-point game. That was the score at the halftime break. Both teams went to the locker room, came out. Reinhardt was backed up to their own end zone to start the first drive of the second half of the football. Threw a pick six, taken to the house by Jacoby Clinton. Clinton took it back 19 yards to the touchdown. That made it a 7-point game, 20-13. Didn't last for long because on the next drive, Reinhardt's center snapped it over the head of Taylor Jackson, and Clinton fell on that as well. 2 turnovers on back-to-back drives for the linebacker. He creates the big plays. Then a field goal resulting from that just a couple of seconds later from 26 yards out by Joel McGrath made it a 4-point game. It stayed that for some time. We had 2 lightning delays. Finally wrapped up the game. Reinhardt comes back out and can't keep up with Southeastern. Kind of lagging from the break, it seemed like. The Fire score a touchdown. Bowie from 16 yards out caught a pass from Nate Hayden Joel McGrath finishes it off with a PAT. That made the score 23-20, and that's where it stayed for the rest of the game from the 7:39 mark of quarter number 4. Wrapped up 23-20, the final tally here in Waleska, Georgia. Quickly looking at individual stats, Hayden 16 for 34, 154 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions today for Southeastern's Fire. Rushing the football for the Fire, Williams with 9 carries for 80 yards. Neo's 13 carries for 73, and Parker 6 for 23. No scoring, rushing the football for Southeastern. Receiving, Bowie had 5 catches for 33 yards and a score. Lester, 2 catches for 32 yards. Larry, 3 catches for 31, and Neo's 3 catches for 22. Taking a look at Reinhardt offensively. Maybe. There we go. Reinhardt offensively, quarterback Taylor Jackson, 12 for 21, 198 yards and a touchdown. He also threw a pick. Ethan Rice threw a pick, 0 for 1 on the day. Stephen Craig, 0 for 3. Rushing the football, Jock Colbert, 18 carries, 92 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Rice, 3 carries, 15 yards. Quan Moss, 5 carries, 12 yards, scored a touchdown. Colin Fletcher carried it once for 11 yards. Receiving the ball, Clark had a catch, just one, 62 yards and a touchdown. The long ball to open the game. Solomon had 2 catches for 42 yards. Gant had 2 for 29. Fletcher 2 for 27. And Lewis Morris 2 catches for 20 yards all today for Reinhardt University. And finally, just one quick look at the team stats. Very close in a lot of categories. 6 of 15, 40% on third downs. For the Fire, 58%, 7 of 12 for Reinhardt University. Neither team tried to go for it on fourth down. The Fire had 73 total plays. Reinhardt had 64. Yardage, just 1 yard apart. Southeastern University, 317 yards. 318 for Reinhardt. Net passing, 160 for SEU, 198 for RU. Very, very close, neck and neck all night long. What's coming up next for these two teams? Looking at the schedule, following this victory against Reinhardt, staying on the road, Southeastern will go to Faulkner in Alabama September 23rd. Then they'll be home on the 30th against Warner out of Florida. Reinhardt University hits the road for the first time this season. They'll go to Cumberland in Kentucky next Saturday, the 16th. Then back home on the 23rd against Georgetown. We'll have all that action here, live, free, and in HD. Thank you again for tuning in for today's broadcast of NAI football. For Reinhardt University, the Eagles, our entire crew, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from Waleska, Georgia, where the final score is a Southeastern Fire victory, 23-20. This has been NAI Football. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live and are copyright material. This has been a presentation of Reinhardt University.
Are you a sports fan who loves to bet? Do you want to get the latest insights and analysis to help you make informed betting decisions? Then look no further than the Sports Betting Podcast on WBSN Sports.
Join Gabriel Schrei for expert analysis and insider information on the biggest games and events in sports. Seasoned veteran or just getting started, our podcast will help you stay ahead of the game.
And the best part? You can find us on WBSNSports.com and places like YouTube, Spotify, and even select radio partners.
So what are you waiting for? Join the team at WBSN Sports for the ultimate sports experience. Tune in to the podcast today and start winning big.
Tune in today via WBSNSports.com.
Just like a
At the Salvation Army, a meal isn't just a meal. It's fuel for imagination, determination, and dreams. It's energy to be role models, change makers, and to just be kids. With your gift, a full meal means a full heart, a full night's sleep, and a future full of possibilities.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
At the Salvation Army, a shelter isn't just a place to rest. It's a chance to shed layers, let loose, and finally let it go. With your gift, a warm bed is just the beginning. It's the first night of a new day. When our homeless neighbors feel safe enough to close their eyes, they can see the way forward.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals of hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.